not a vampire, not an alien. I'm not the fucking mummy, I'm a goblin.
Prepare to be judged! You guys gonna judge me? That's kind of how this works, you know, down in the comments. Like, how did you like it? Was that most amazing? Was it kind of thing? Or are you new and you're like, nah, this is crazy? I like it. I'm gonna subscribe. All those things are the answers. Oh, the judge. You guys are the judge, the jury. And if you don't like it, executioner. Like, unsubscribe. Bang. That executed me from your life, kind of. Anyway, so we're here to talk about Judge Dredd, the 1995 one. You know, there is also the one in 2010, 12, I don't know. I don't remember when the latest Judge Dredd came out. And I don't know. Since the moment, you know, since the moment I lived, I was like, I lived from the 90s. Why did I not watch so many 90s movies yet? Because I never watched Judge Dredd. I never watched Escape from New York. All 90s movies! I should have watched those at some point! But I didn't. And now I've been watching a lot of movies from 2019, 18, B-list movies from those kind of decade. Because nobody has ever heard about it. I think they're fine, you know. You see my reviews, you have seen my reviews lately, kind of thing. And then I was like, since Escape from New York, I was like, I want some more 90s movies. I want more of that! And here I am, kind of thing. So, Judge Dredd, we're gonna start it. So, Judge Dredd begins, though. It begins with the judge going to some criminals, some murder criminals, kind of thing. Well, actually, we've first got this kind of guy that's a little bit silly, a little bit kind of thing. He just got released out of prison, and he gets to this gang, and the gang tries to go all nuts. He is great in talking himself, kind of thing, and goes with the wrong crowd. Because of it, it's like he knows how to survive. He knows how to talk himself in surviving somewhere. It's like, oh, that blah 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 blah, and I survive. But of course, then those get execution by the judge. And Judge Dredd is really like, oh, he's a threat, alright. He has also this rookie, and the rookie has a rookie. I mean, there is this rookie, and she has been a bit longer. Well, the rookie dies because of it. They're like, oh, it's like you kind of it was not your fault. It was the rookie's fault. By what a little bit be more like me. He's like, he knows how to use his gun. He's like, stun. Okay, just fire flare on. And then boom. He's like. The rookie's like, I liked it. I want to do that. And then it worked with me. I'm not a badass. I'm not Sylvester Stallone. Because this is also why I never watched the movie. I was not a big fan from Sylvester Stallone that much. I was like, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now that's a guy I like. That's a muscle guy I really like. But Sylvester Stallone sounds like he's gonna fucking beat your ass, and you don't understand him that well. Sometimes, you know, because now I understand it perfectly. Of course, this was early in his career, or in his highlight of his career. Whatever, man. He's a 90s action hero. We don't have that anymore, you know. Action heroes are a little bit of the past, you know. Anyway, so we were talking about how Judge Dredd's like, and the funny guy, the guy that talks his way into he tries to talk his way out. He's like, I didn't do it. He was like also hiding in this food expenser there kind of thing. But Judge Dredd find out. He's like 5 years kind of thing. But have judged. Like, no, I don't want to go back to prison. I just came from there. This was a very wrongdoing, very wrong kind of thing. I should not be. Yes, this is the wrong crowd. Yes, I just got to release a prison, but this was not meant to be. Well, anyway, he kind of does anyway, and then things start escalating. Judge Dredd to make it short, because if I go all detail, we have another 20 minutes video or a half hour, and I don't want to go there, so I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can, but still have the whole plot going. So Judge Dredd has is Axie's mentor. Well, somehow somebody freed an insane guy that was Judge Dredd's best friend. And because this insane guy was like, yeah, this is a good idea to it. Well, he kind of escaped, but kind of didn't. He got kind of freed, kind of didn't. I mean, it's a little bit, but he got freed! That's the point! He's free! And he's insane. He's like Judge Dredd, but he's insane! I kind of like him. I don't know why! Why would I like him? Judge Dredd version, that's insane, chaotic, insane. Did I mention insane? Anyway, so this guy escaped, but Judge Dredd doesn't know it. Nobody knows it except the main of this council, like the main kind of thing. He kind of thing is like, okay, now you're free. Now it's gonna work for me, kind of thing. And I was like, he's like, okay, I like a little bit chaos, you know, your kind of thing, mine. We have the same thing. We want kind of thing. You want me to do chaos? I'm good with it. Also, he freed. He has also this whole Judge Dredd suit kind of thing that works for him. And he wants to make sure that Judge Dredd is gonna be judged himself. And also, one of his lines that Judge Dredd does a lot of kind of thing now, it's like, I know you were gonna say that, because a little bit earlier when the guy kind of got just like, he's like, I'm innocent. He's like, I know you're gonna say that. Like, he says that a lot in the beginning of the movie. At the end, not so much, but at the beginning, Jesus Christ, it's almost got annoying. I was like, is he gonna say this every fucking time through the movie? Like, I know you're gonna say that. I know you're gonna say that. I know you were gonna say that. But he eventually stopped saying it. I was like, oh God, just before it got old. That's good, because goddamn, I like one-liners, and you know, action heroes have lots of one-liners that everybody loves to repeat. And like, now they're mostly meme kind of things. But I know you were gonna say that. Anyway, so prepared to be. So he's kind of thing. Now the psycho judge. I'm gonna call him psycho judge because he was also psycho, but it went a little bit off. He got judged by Judge Dredd, but for all we know he was dead. But apparently he wasn't present. And now he's free. And now he's working for this council leader that wants to let him do his. He has a robot now. He likes the big giant robot, and I'm like, that's actually cool. I like that. I like this giant robot. I want to be a robot myself. I want some giant robot kind of thing that can do my bidding. I want that as well. This is like an old from a World War that we don't know. Also, we find out that I don't know if Judge Dredd plays in the Marvel universe. I kind of forgot. Either way, it's like there are so many comics from so many developers. Could be like kind of thing, but either way, I kind of like it. And his origin is like, first he thought this kind of thing. He finally finds out somewhere. I don't remember when he finds out, but somewhere down the line he finds out that his brother, that is not only his best friend that he judged, it's also his brother, kind of thing, and they're created in a lab. In a lab, man, in a lab. And their DNA was from a castle. Was that meant to be the Punisher? I mean, I don't get it. So like, if you wanna go like the one has the serious side that want to be very military law kind of thing. That seems like the Punisher kind of thing. Then we got a chaotic one. That's psycho. What want to go tough to criminals. Well, he go way far. Like psycho. But normally those two are in one body. Now they seem separate kind of thing. Maybe that's not. And I'm like just mishear me. And I was like castle. I was like, no, they were talking about an extra castle. No, I hear Castle. That must be Frank Castle. That must be a Marvel movie. That must be like maybe not. Maybe that was not in Random Castle even. I mean, that name doesn't sound like it could be anyway. It's like something like. Anyway, we're already 10 minutes in, and I'm still not got to the some stuff. Anyway, so he is kind of thing. Then he does this chaotic thing with pretending to be Judge Dredd. First, he just judged everybody, kind of thing. Then he kills some other judges. What made also some people saw it, some people didn't, and now Judge Dredd is really getting a kind of thing. Well, his defendant is his right hand that goes on missions that thinks a little bit more emotional, and it's like you should be more emotional. And now she is the defender of kind of thing. And the defender, they try to kind of like, okay, this is fake. Yes, it isn't. Because he literally got the armor. He sure that kind of, but he's his brother, so he kind of go. So he gets like, yeah, you're gonna go to prison. Like, what? Oh, you did your best. You tried, but you failed. So now I'm gonna go to prison. So then there is this guy that was a little bit loose, a little bit funny that we saw in the beginning of the movie that I talked about. And I went to prison 5 years, and he's like, okay. You're Judge Dredd! You're the one. How ironic! Like you kind of think. I see this as ironic kind of self-defense. Some point to in the galaxy that this kind of happened. This is all what happened. This is what always kind of pathetic judges like you are kind of thing. Yeah, but I wasn't. I was misled. Kind of thing. Either way. That's like the law never makes mistakes. It doesn't make mistakes. Hello, you just said you kind of were punished by kind of thing. It doesn't matter kind of thing. You are punished for no good reason. That's what you say. But no, you're here now. So what's the law? It's like the law is wrong. The law was with me wrong. And now kind of thing. You didn't see it. Either way. Then the ship crashed. Some survived. Judge Dredd and this funny guy. Guy tries to talk himself out of this. Like, okay, I'm gonna get out of it. Yeah, I kind of worship. It's like, okay. So he gets freed, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna get him. You know, they're cannibals. Those guys that just kind of freed. And they're gonna eat you now because you're one of the followers, kind of thing. They like to eat their followers. So he's like, what? No, I don't want to be eaten. I don't want to be cannibal. I don't want to be. No. Set me back. Ah! And then somebody saved Judge Dredd's mentor. That actually, how he's got framed, he was actually gonna be executed, but his mentor gave up, and his last gift was to go easy on Judge Dredd. And that's how he got to prison instead of dying. So, you know, now his mentor comes back to save him because they're in an Outlands where nobody. It's like, this is the worst retirement I ever saw. It's like, he can retire going outside the city. How is that retirement? That seems like very tough for an old man to do. Even though it's like, I'm gonna kind of think, this is my walk to the distance and that kind of thing. That really seems like not the best retirement plan. Really, it seems like one of the worst retirement plans, and that says a lot in a world like ours. Anyway, also still have no retirement plan for myself. Still not thinking about that. Why? I don't know. Am I gonna stay alive till my retirement? Am I gonna be alive a lot years when I'm retired? I don't know. That doesn't seem something I think about. Maybe I should, but anyway, we're not talking about my retirement plan. We're talking about Judge Dredd's mentor's retirement plan. Well, he dies. He kind of dies after saving Judge Dredd and gets a kind of thing by this one cannibal with cyborg kind of thing. Well, then Judge Dredd, of course, kind of destroys him, and the guy is the funny guy. I'm gonna call him funny guy. He's not that funny, but he is fun to see. He's a fun Dominic. I like him. I mean, some people are like, he's annoying, he doesn't do shit, and he always talks about trying to kind of go to the other side. But I think that's his charm. He's like, his charm is trying to talk himself, trying to survive. That's his whole thing. And his whole journey about in this movie is becoming like from a criminal that tries to kind of thing to be a hero that tries to be a sidekick to Judge Dredd. That I actually like. And it also makes sense that he doesn't have enough. People are like very first say, like, he has never known! But it makes sense because he just got, you know, being guilty. His whole strip, his whole mask is no more! He cannot wear that no more! Anyway! So, they try to find their way back to the country. Like, okay, we're gonna do this. They get back in the fight. Like, they have a little bit talk, a little bit like heart to heart kind of thing. Like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna get, but you are. And they get back in the city. Eventually, tries to get the kind of thing. Gets to do that. Well. While that's going on, the council is like, okay, it's very chaotic outside. It's very kind of thing. We need this order that nobody kind of thing. Everybody's need to be agree for that. Well, eventually everybody agrees. Everybody's like, yeah, agree. They do their blueprint, their finger on the kind of thing, and then they get, then they think twice. It takes them to open the goddamn thing. To hear the file about, oh, here are clones facility, the same thing where Judge Dredd was from and the psycho judge. Those two came from that, but they were children and they were born in a vat with DNA kind of thing from the Punisher. That's what I'm gonna go for. It could be wrong. It could be definitely wrong. I'm pretty sure it may be wrong, but I thought I sound like a either way, man. Either way, Judge Dredd kind of thing. Either way, there's like clones that only take one day. Like in 20 you can have new clones for Judge Dredd. Well, they're now having like, yeah, we cannot play gods. Like, now you're gonna judge. Now you're gonna judge this after hearing this. You not hear that before somewhere? Did you not know there was kind of thing? Even if it's weak, you should know. But you know, you didn't, and now everybody feels guilty to doing that. And of course, the leader's like, ha! I got you! You think you got me! You think you got me! No, I get you! Now I can kill you all. Bang, 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 and kill them all. They're all dead! Wow! Well, actually, the psycho judge comes in, kills them all, then escapes. Then the Judge Dredd comes in, tries to fight his way through that. Gets through that, and it's like, now you're gonna be now you are gonna be like, I might shoots himself like, oh no, Judge Dredd is all, kills the whole council. I didn't do anything. So Judge Dredd's like, fuck, now we have to run. So he runs with still the funny guy with him. I call him the funny guy. I don't know why, but I do. Just go with it, you know. Go with it, man. Go with the funny criminal kind of way that I'm going. Go with the flow. Are you? Okay, good. Because we have 18 minutes already and still only 2 minutes. It's like, I was like, I'm not gonna go 20 minutes. I'm not gonna go half hour. I'm almost 20 minutes, man. So let's go. Let's just go with the flow a little bit longer. I'm gonna have my ending. So Judge Dredd runs kind of thing, and eventually he comes back. He comes back to this great. The psycho Dredd comes back to the leader of the council, and he's like, "Okay, we're gonna do this." Well, we find out that the psycho Dredd had kind of his own plans. It's like, here's my DNA. Also, your minion, I kind of got her on my side now. And oh, so you don't matter anymore. So bang, you're dead. And then we get the last fight. Judge Dredd comes in, kind of fight. Well, fights with the psycho Dredd. They kind of have this shootout. She's fighting. And he tries to save the clones. He's like, now the clones have to be alive again. Clones rise! They kind of rise. But while that's on, the girl mentor that now believes her kind of thing is like, hey, you are the killer! No, you're not the killer. I should believe you kind of thing. I know better. And then the other one, the funny criminal. Well, the funny criminal and the girl fights the other girl that was a minion. And then the hacker, funny guy, he kind of destroys my robots. Like first it was a little bit like, and he is like from behind, it's like gotcha. Oh, this seems important. No, it's not. And the guy kind of fell. That's good. That's good. The girl. Judge Dredd versus Tycho kind of thing. They have you are brothers. You cannot do that. You should join me. Join me. I'm our brothers that are just revived and everything is blowing up. So those doesn't matter that they just waked up too early. Doesn't matter. They're dead. It's in the past. You're dead. Anyway, so then eventually he tries to gun like Judge like he was like, you should have been. We could have got for that. You're dead. And you better hit me. You better hit me right here. Alright, if you miss, you're dead. And then he kind of gun jammed, like no. And then he falls to his death from the New York kind of building, because this New York future cyberpunk kind of universe, and he's dead. He dies to his death. Judge Dredd gets like a revenge. Like okay, he gets the girl, a kiss of the girl. And he's like, I'm a street judge. I don't want to be on the council, even though it's good in the rebuild. I don't want to be a council. I'm a street judge. So he sticks on the ground, and that's pretty much why I dance. Did I like her? Yes. Also, the criminal is like, I teach them that, and I could have kissed much better. I liked him. I liked that character. I liked the girl kind of thing. It was, even though I don't talk so much about it than I should, but I have like already 22 minutes in this thing, so I'm gonna try to kind of keep it short. My last kind of thoughts. I really like Sylvester. Now I want to see Rambo, because I never saw Rambo. I seen pieces of it, never saw the movie. I didn't think it was interesting. I didn't like Sylvester, but now I'm a little bit hyped for it. So a solid 10 out of 10. Really like it. It's like Escape from New York. I'm really into the 90s again. Like, let's go 90s! 90s great action movies. What kind of Sylvester Stallone really hit it out of the mark. Really loved it. I feel all back in the 90s. Even though I never saw the movie in the 90s, this is the first time I really see I heard about it, see pieces of it, seen a lot of pieces of the 90s movies, but I never watched it. And now I did, and I really liked it. Solid 10 out of 10. What are your thoughts about Judge Dredd, the 1995 movie? Do you guys like it? I like it. The cyberpunk world, it feels very cyberpunk. Something you don't have in the remake that later came. I feel theirs was like one town. Everybody feel like they were really, really poor, really kind of thing. This shows you don't see much of the world. Here you saw a lot of cyberpunk world. It feels like, oh, you know that a game that's gonna come out, cyberpunk? Well, this makes it already. It's like, this is good preparing. If you want something cyberpunk, this is the movie for you. If you don't, there are so many other movies, but this was a real good 90s movie that I really enjoyed. Sylvester Stallone, great, and it's so goes with him that they didn't have the helmet. Also, I should fucking end it right now, because 23 minutes is getting much, and you guys are really like, okay, I like you, but 20 minutes of you is a little bit too much, you know. Even I have limits, you know. I'm a big fan, but I have limits, and I'm like against you, like, okay, you're in my Goblin Nation. I'm sure you have some other things to watch too. So I'm gonna end it for you, just for you. I'm gonna end it, and I hope you liked my review of Judge Dredd. I am the Twisted Goblin, and I hope to see you guys in my next videos. Goodbye!
And then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind.